There he is, Skate3Replays. What's going on, man?
Hey Eric, how you going?
Good, good. So you are in Australia.
Yeah. I'm in
Man,
in Melbourne.
we're 16 hours apart. You're in the future for me. It's 11 a.m. the next day.
Yeah. Everything comes out a little bit earlier here.
That's pretty cool, man. I just looked. I saw 4% of my followers are from Australia.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so not
Yeah,
too many, but a
that
little
was
bit.
weird. Like, yeah, when I started uploading on my TikTok, there was like over 50% was in Australia, and then it slowly just went to America. I don't know why, but it was
Wow.
interesting to see. Yeah,
Yeah. Well, I think TikTok does a lot of, if they see a video, they try to show it to other people in that region.
yeah,
I see a lot of times
yeah,
I'm in
definitely.
Minnesota, right? And so
Okay,
there's a state next to us called Wisconsin, and so
yeah,
I'll see a lot of videos from Wisconsin, from Minnesota, and it's like they think that's more relevant to me, but I really don't
yeah,
care. It almost
yeah.
feels weird sometimes to see you know what I mean, when they know where you are and they're like,
Yeah,
oh,
that's
you
what.
want to.
Yeah, it was like when I first got TikTok on like another account, I was when I'd browse, I'd see like all the stuff from like my local city, and it's like, what the hell? Like, it'd be so weird just seeing like a familiar like place or something, you know?
Right.
Especially being like Melbourne, even Australia, because you don't see that much on social media, at least in like my area. There's not
Okay.
that, you know what I mean? Compared to America, I mean, you see a lot more people doing a lot of social media type stuff. But yeah, it's strange seeing a lot coming out of like my city.
Right. So you're
Yeah,
in Melbourne?
yeah, that's right, in
Okay.
Victoria.
So I'm unfamiliar with the area. So tell me, is that north, south, east, west?
Yeah, so it's like if you see what Australia is like as a map, there's like Tasmania, which is this little separate island right at the bottom, and it's the
Okay.
one that's just it's the one that it's the state just above that. So
Oh,
yeah,
very cool.
it's right at the bottom, and yeah, so we've got like Sydney above us, and Sydney's kind of like the main city of Australia, pretty much, or at least that's what everyone knows it as. Yeah,
Nice, nice.
yeah.
What is the weather like there? Is it humid?
It's really weird. Like everyone kind of makes jokes about the Melbourne weather just because it fluctuates so much. Like
Okay.
it'll, yeah. So like suddenly, if it's like a pretty good day, it might just rain for like half an hour and then suddenly it'll be gone. Like
Okay.
yeah, people just kind of make jokes about it just because it's so random. It's not ever consistent, and like it's summer right now, and it's been like thunderstorming all morning and stuff.
That's
Yeah.
interesting. I wonder if it's because you're by the water, right?
Yeah, fairly. Yeah.
Okay. I wonder if it has to do with that.
Yeah, I'm not sure because yeah, I mean it's kind of it does get a bit cold because like I guess we're kind of closer to like Antarctica compared to the US and stuff.
Oh,
So
true. I didn't think. I'm just thinking
yeah,
I'm just thinking, you're south, right? So I was just thinking it's warm a lot, but I mean that's true. You
yeah,
are closer to Antarctica, things like that.
yeah.
I was
But
just
yeah,
I was just on your Instagram and I looked at your New Zealand highlights
oh
and
yeah,
it's all
awesome.
mountainous, very
Yeah,
cool
yeah.
area.
Nah, yeah. New Zealand's freezing because that's even closer. Like it's like just like further out of Australia, like a few hours away. But then it goes down, so it's even closer to like where the all the cold is and stuff. But then where there's like Queensland is just like 2 hour flight from Melbourne, and it's just like hot, like always hot.
That is so weird. So you guys have all kinds of temperatures out there, all kinds of
Yeah, yeah,
climates. Well, that's pretty cool
yeah,
though. You get to pick
yeah,
and choose
yeah,
what you like.
yeah. It's quite good.
Nice, nice.
Yeah,
Man, so I learned about you from Skate 3 Tommy, and
yeah,
he pointed me to you, and you have 70,000 followers on TikTok.
yeah. It's been kind of like it hasn't really moved for a while.
Really?
I have,
Okay.
yeah, like I haven't been posting very regularly. I've been just kind of struggling a lot with having some spare time. Also, just being creative enough because I'm seeing Tommy's videos every day,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, yeah, and I'm like, how am I gonna do something, that is like as good or as creative as like what he's doing? Because like, like I found him, and I'm like, damn, he's doing things that are actually different. Because like first thing I did, I was just thinking about this morning. Is like first thing I did when I started my account is I wanted to like kind of get an understanding for what all the other Skate3 accounts are doing. So
Sure.
I just like did like hashtag Skate3 and just like over like 2 weeks, even now, like just like follow every single Skate3 account I can possibly find. So like if you go into my following, it's only Skate3 accounts. It'd be like maybe 5 just random accounts. And then I was like seeing what people are doing because I wanted to like kind of do something different to them because I just didn't want to, be doing the same thing. I thought that would at least stand out and do a bit better. But
Right.
it's just really weird how like something random will just go viral or whatever. But
Well,
there's
that's
no
how it
there's no
works, right? So you never know what's going to go viral.
yeah yeah
But two things I think on the viral point and then the creativity point is, so I've come across the same thing where we're both of us, we're just playing the same game in every video. I mean, you're playing Skate 3, I'm playing a
yeah
different game called Skate3Rap, right? But
yeah
with each of us, we're only playing the same thing every time, and so you start to
yeah
run
pretty
out of
much
trick ideas, and
yeah
all
yeah
the maps are the same. What I have found to work is I just rant. So I narrate the video. So I'll film a video just doing some random tricks, not even like the best that I can do, just like throwing some stuff together that looks cool.
oh, okay yeah
And
that's
then
actually a
I
good
just
idea
put my voice over it and I rant. And the interesting thing that happens when you do that is people actually listen. And then that's where the virality comes in.
okay
When I noticed that if my videos are watched for 22 seconds or longer, TikTok pushes the videos to more people.
yeah
But if it's watched for less than 22 seconds, they don't push the video to more people. So I most recently I just made a video talking about that, and I said that exact same thing.
oh
And
yeah
in doing so, people watched for an average of 27 seconds.
yeah
And so they ended up pushing it. So it's nearing like 100,000 views
oh
now in the
awesome that's
first
good
week.
as yeah
Yeah, yeah. So it's interesting to see like the watch time, right? Like to
yeah
see if you can make people stay on, it might help.
yeah I haven't I've only like I've got a few because I was like I was listening to you when you were podcasting with Tommy and like you were saying how it's good to just like talk and be have like a kind of have a personality for the account and like
Sure.
I haven't really done that much like I've only made tutorials and I talk in those and that's pretty much it there's like a couple of them but
Yeah.
yeah a lot of time I'll just like just put some music on because I'm really into like making like a cool little edit. I've been like kind of into that, since I was young,
Right.
growing up
You're
with.
really a creative spirit, aren't you? Because you're a photographer as well.
Yeah, yeah. So I do this like I have like a video and photo production company. So like I kind of do that stuff anyway. I've been doing it since I was kind of young. Um, so that's why I think I kind of got into it. But like I don't know if you're familiar, but like it kind of started from like with like the editing at least it'd be like Call of Duty editing that was like a huge thing in like 2014 and I was really into it I loved that so much and I'd like see how they're editing it and like it's literally just like have a cool song and you kind of make it go with the video and then
Yep.
I was like oh damn this like really like satisfying to watch so I tried to do that a lot with my TikTok videos and like one thing that I almost always do is just like sync the video up with a song, and there will be like people that notice that, which is like I'm grateful that people are actually noticing because that's like the one thing I'm trying to do. Like obviously have a good clip from Skate 3, but I want it to like kind of be satisfying to watch at the same time instead of just like impressive, you know?
Yeah, right. Well, that's
Yeah,
the thing about it is when you add the music to it and you put that extra touch to it where it really syncs up,
yeah,
it can be satisfying for sure.
yeah, yeah.
I I skateboard. I've been skateboarding for the last 13 years,
Oh,
and
really? Yeah,
yeah, and so for a large part of that, I would film other skateboarders and I would make
yeah, yeah.
edits. And so I'd put music to the videos, and that's just such a major part
Yeah,
of
definitely.
skateboarding is
Yeah,
having
definitely.
that music to it.
Yeah, yeah, and like a lot of people, like people that I know and I've heard about, is like just filming skating, like in real life. That gets people really into just like the whole creative, like filmmaking industry and stuff. Like they really get into filming and stuff because of that. I
Yep.
didn't, yeah, like I grew up skating with like my friends and stuff. We didn't do much filming, just because like we were so young and there wasn't really like we just didn't have like the need to do it all.
Sure.
But like I was familiar with it and I knew quite a bit about it But yeah, that's just that has like gotten people really interested in that type of thing. Just like
That's what I've.
being
Go ahead.
creative and like video creation, things like that. Like telling something or just like showing something. Um, like how do you say it? Like kind of pleasing to watch.
Right,
Yeah,
right. Yeah, well, and you're absolutely right. I've seen so many people that I grew up skating with that also got into filming, and then
yeah,
they
yeah.
actually went and ended up doing that, like
Exactly. Yeah,
photography,
yeah, exactly.
videography.
Yeah,
It's pretty interesting. It's a great starter too. It's a great starter.
yeah,
You need things like that. You need a reason to become interested in something.
yeah, yeah. It's such
What what
it's such like a
Go ahead.
crazy thing. Like, have you seen just like skateboarding in general? But like, have you seen that Tony Hawk documentary? The pretty new one. It's like he talks about the video game franchise and everything. Have you seen that?
No.
Oh, what's it called? It's like the title is like the song, one of like the famous songs from Pro Skater, like one or something. But that's like
Oh, sure.
it's a really really good documentary because they talk about like skating's just like just like plank of wood with wheels on it that people kind of flick around underneath their feet, but like it's turned into this like huge thing where there's like video games and now people are like making like movies about it, and there's a whole culture behind it and everything. And obviously like we're playing just like games on like our phone and Xbox, and now we're making TikToks.
Right.
But like it's such a small thing, but it's expanded so broad.
It's expanded so broad, and it's interesting that people want to watch us play video games.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? When they
Yeah.
could just go play the games, it's like we can't get enough.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
I was like that with like, because I don't play. Same with like Tommy. Like I don't play games that much. I'll just have like the odd few that I play sometimes. But like,
sure.
I kind of feel that way for obviously Skate 3 videos. But I've always been like watching like GTA 5 videos, and there's something like I just love watching those videos, even if it's not even that interesting. Just seeing
Yeah.
someone playing it is so entertaining for me, and I'll just like and like I see some of these, reposting accounts on TikTok, over 1 million followers and stuff. They're just reposting GTA 5 clips and stuff, and it just blows my mind. But that's something that's like, it's always entertaining for me to watch. At least I'm not into like any of the first person shooters or anything like that. But yeah, more just open world stuff.
It's interesting to hear that there's so many reposting accounts where it's
Yeah.
more just about the clip and people just caring about the clip and not necessarily about a creator
Oh yeah.
specifically.
That's what I was like when I made my account. I was like, I named it Skate3Replays mainly because I knew that it would be kind of it would draw people towards the account, so they'd be like, oh, it's just like replays of the game. So like they're just gonna keep posting videos of different replays and stuff like that. So it was like that could be a good name. I wanted to make it personal, but then I thought that might get more clicks on my profile, so I did that, just assuming that people would go to it more because it's only videos of the game, and they're just going to kind of keep coming. But then I ended up,
That's a cool strategy.
yeah, and like I never planned on like ever reposting other people's stuff. Um,
Sure.
I only really wanted to use mine, so that's why I kind of like I never changed how my character looked because I just wanted him to always be the same guy in the video. Because like I looked at these other accounts, they changed the character a lot. They'd have like crazy cowboy hats and like rainbow outfits and all that, and like a few people that'd be like their thing, so you can recognize the player for that, which is cool because I definitely know people that like that's how they look. But then I wanted it to just be I also just made my character just look like myself as much as possible. And like if you go through my videos, you can see that my hair changes when I get a haircut and stuff. And like
Really?
yeah, yeah, and like I'll just like change the pants when it's like when it's like goes into winter. So in real life I would anyway. I just like kind of try and make it like myself because and then like I don't know if you saw, I made this like video of me skating at like my local skate park, and then I just put it next to I recreated my local skate park in Skate 3, and then
Ooh.
I just like it looks like a duet, but I just like edited it together. It's just like the exact same clips of the same thing. So me skating in real life, and then my Skate 3 character just doing the same tricks. They're really basic tricks because I'm not that good, but like I just wanted to show. And then like everyone's like, you both look exactly the same because like we
That's
I
crazy.
got the outfits and stuff the same and stuff like that. But yeah, that's pretty fun.
Well, people really do catch on to what a character's wearing,
Yeah.
and what they look like. Even in mine, in the game I play, it's just shoes and a
Oh
board.
yeah.
But But when people post, like sometimes like my followers will post their own video in the game and they'll tag me in it so I see it, and they'll go use the same shoes or the same board
Oh yeah,
almost like it's on purpose,
yeah,
right? Because they see me using it. So people really pick up on what you're, the apparel that you're using in the game.
yeah, yeah, definitely.
So okay, so you remade a local spot in Skate 3.
Yeah, so well, it's not a spot. It's just like this. It's just my skate park. Like it's right next to my.
Okay.
It's right next to my house, and it's just like my favorite place to go skating because it's like close and it's like we got skate parks all around like my area, but that's the only one that's kind of like a mini plaza and it's like kind of street spots instead of just like I'm not good with vert at all. I just haven't like
Right.
picked it up good yet. I can only like drop in and stuff like that, um
Sure.
but yeah, it's just good because it's really like everything's very small and just like very easy to do. It's a good kind of beginner type park. But yeah, I just made that.
Well, that's what makes it fun.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And like yeah, I've been like I used to skate when I was younger, when I was like 8, but then I kind of stopped, and then one of my friends wanted to learn how to skate just like last year. So I was like,
Nice.
okay, we'll start skating like together, and like I work with him.
Sure.
He's like my business partner, and we see each other like almost every day anyway. And it's good now because like we're both really into skating, and we just do it like every other day, and
That's
it's fun
awesome.
just like progressing together, and and obviously then just go home and I'll be playing it on my Xbox. But yeah,
Well, that's the thing. Skateboarding becomes a way of life like that, right?
yeah,
Where it
definitely,
becomes an everyday occurrence, and
yeah,
then you got to go home and play video
yeah.
games around it.
And then I'll go on my phone and just my whole like Instagram feed is just like skate videos. It doesn't really fit.
I brought on a guy earlier in one of the earlier episodes,
Yep.
and he was telling me about in Skater XL
Yeah.
that you can, like, people are making their own parks, right?
Yeah.
But there is no like like in Skate 3 it has a park builder,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
where anybody can do it. But in Skater XL people are, I don't know what they're using. They're using some kind of software to
Yeah. I don't
build
know.
these parks, so it's
Yeah.
more like a specialty, right? And he was saying you should have somebody recreate your hometown, and then you could like skate around your hometown.
Yeah. That'd be
And
awesome.
I was just thinking, how cool
That'd
would
be
that
so
be?
crazy.
I would love to
Yeah.
bring
Yeah.
like a map builder for Skater XL on
Yeah.
there in the future, and then send them like a Google Earth of like my town.
Oh yeah. Because it's like yeah, I played Skater XL when it came out, at least kind of when it was all finished or whatever it is, at least now, kind of not finished, but
Yeah,
it is anyway, yeah. And straight away I just like because I played on PC and I just downloaded a bunch of you can get like a lot of famous skate parks from around the world and stuff on there. And like yeah, me and my friend Curtis would play it and it's good. Like I really like how realistic it is, and I'll still play it every now and then, just because it's like something different. But because like
sure.
Tommy was saying how like he hasn't like tried it yet. I keep like telling him he needs to, but I don't know.
Right.
He's really like he's really stuck with like Skate 3. He kind of really wants to play that, but yeah, like it's like how um Microsoft's Flight Simulator, they put the Google Earth in, so you can just like fly over your house now. If you know about that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so it's like it's a big like it's such a big game now because they use like um, maps from Bing, and you just like load in basically Earth, and you can just like go to Melbourne Airport or like LAX, and you can just take off, and everything's familiar. You know what it's
Wow.
like, which is crazy. And then it's like, yeah, but Skater XL, I don't know how they do the map creation because it's also really detailed. Like,
It is really detailed. And they actually just posted on their Instagram, they posted a story comparing, like, they were showing some parks
yeah,
and then the places that they were representing,
yeah,
right? Like, they
yeah,
were real places. And they were so close.
yeah,
They looked so similar to the real places.
yeah.
So there's definitely a lot of detail
Yeah,
that
no,
goes into
definitely.
it.
Yeah, and like one thing I was struggling with yesterday is like in Skate 3, I was trying to use um the plywood pieces, and you can't skate on them. It's like you like in real life, people would like they would chuck them on grass and stuff. They would put them over like skater stoppers so they can clear stair sets and stuff like that, but you can't even really skate on them because there's that little centimeter that you can't ride up.
Oh, right.
But just small things like that on Skate 3, it's like you can create these things in the map builder, but then a lot of stuff just doesn't work the way you want it to. But then with like Skater XL, because it's like literally like you're kind of like 3D modeling it and not just picking out pre-made objects, everything kind of just like it works together because it all fits every piece perfectly.
That's a
Yeah,
good insight.
yeah, but
Yeah.
like yeah, like with the whole being in your place thing, it's like in Minecraft, I don't play that much, but like I just played it like a handful of times with my friends, and like whenever I'm playing, we're always like making something we already know. So like I've made like my house in it. I've made Me and my friends have like made their house, and then like since like start of this year, me and my friends have been recreating our high school, and that's been taking like ages.
Nice.
But it's just fun. It's just like there's something about like being in a game and being somewhere that you know. It's just like the
Yep.
whole
Yep.
like recreating your hometown thing and skating in it. There's something really like satisfying about like being able to do whatever you want in a place that you're familiar with.
Absolutely. There's something satisfying about it. And also, I think it just helps you learn better
Yeah,
too, right?
yeah.
It helps you learn easier, like
Mm.
playing the game, learning the game. When I was going through school and college, every assignment I related to skateboarding,
Oh
no
yeah.
matter what it was. And then by the end, when I was about to graduate, one of my teachers was like, "Stop making assignments related to skateboarding," because I had done it so much. But that was the thing, was I already knew skateboarding. I didn't need to go learn about something else and then apply. You know what I mean? Like, I'm
Yeah.
trying to learn what I'm being taught in the class. So if I know about skateboarding, I can easily apply
Yeah,
it to
yeah. I
that,
mean,
right? So it helps you learn.
yeah, and yeah, it's good as well because it's something that you're already passionate about. So if it's going to teach you things, you know, like you could talk about like the scientific physics of, you know, a kickflip or something, or just like
Yep,
the history of skateboarding, how it came from surfing and stuff like that, the whole culture and stuff. Like even if it's just
absolutely.
even if it's just like the same topic each time, there's so many elements that you can actually learn from. So as long as you're
Right.
enjoying it, it's better than that than it's better to do that than just like, you know, pick some random subject. Like I remember in we had like a photography class, and the assignment I did was on this guy called Mike Bablak. He's like one of the world's best skate photographers, and I just made like a whole assignment thing on him, and I loved it, and like
Nice.
I really look up to him because like that's two things I'm really interested in is like, you know, obviously photography and skateboarding. And he's like, you know, one of the world's best. Like he's got like some really really famous photos that even you probably seen. You know, like you wouldn't realize who it is, but some of those like really really famous photos. Yeah, and anyway, and like yeah, the first thing like I think is like, oh, only like famous photographer I know right now in like, you know, year 10 is some skate photographer that I follow on Instagram. So it's making a sign on him. Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. So when it comes to photography, what kind of photography are you doing?
Yeah. So like I kind of got into it when I was in like well, I guess it would be elementary school for you, but we call it primary school.
Okay.
We don't have like middle school at all. We just go from
Okay.
grade 6 to high school. But anyway, and I kind of like got into it. I guess there. Like, did you kind of grow up on YouTube?
Yeah, once I started skateboarding around age like 15,
Yeah.
then I started really getting
Okay.
into YouTube.
Yeah. So like, I'm not sure if you know, but who first kind of got me into photography and like filmmaking is like Freddie Wong. You know him?
No.
His channel now is called Rocket Jump,
Okay.
and yeah, so he started making videos, kind of just like he would make like a little short film and do like heaps of like VFX and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, and so I kind of got a lot of inspiration from him as well as you know Smosh.
I do.
Yeah, I think they're in Minnesota. They were at least. They were living there for a while, and
Oh.
that's where you live, is it?
Yeah, that's where I live now. I wasn't born and raised out here.
Okay.
I moved out here about 8 years ago.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I'm pretty sure that's where they made like all their viral videos came from there at least.
No, that's pretty
Like
cool.
when they were like kind of at their peak or whatever. But yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So both those channels, like that was like my whole life when I was in like grade 4, 5, and 6. And then I kind of just like I wanted to make like fun little videos like that, and then that basically means go get a camera, and then when that happens, it's like you've got a whole world of opportunities to do something with that. So eventually, that just one thing led to another, and then um, I basically when I got to high school, I was just like I wanted to like do more with it and like shoot things with my friends, things like that, and then eventually like I need to make money. I didn't want to get a job, so I ended up just like shooting all my friends' parties every weekend.
Nice.
And then so yeah, and I'll just like charge like a couple $100 to just do like these parties, um and then that just led to me being able to make some money off of it. And then now I'm kind of doing that full time, and I'm like running this business with this other guy, and we do events. And then I also do like real estate photography. There's like I've been doing that for last like 2 years, and I just do that like every second day almost. So that's like
Wow.
yeah. So that's basically my career, what I'm doing. And then obviously I love just doing like I don't know if you're into like cars at all, but one of my friends, um, he's like really into it, and he's got like this Mini Cooper that he's like modded heaps, and we've been just going out just doing car photography together. So that's fun. Like
Nice.
that's just like a fun little thing that we'll do every now and then, just for because we're trying to like kind of grow his Instagram.
There's a big market for car
Oh
photography,
yeah,
isn't there?
definitely. Yeah, like it's like a weird kind of thing charging for it, because it's almost like I've got this object and you're just going to take photos of it. Do I pay you? Do you pay me? Type of thing. But no, like I just do it for fun. I don't care about money or whatever when it's just these fun things. But
Sure.
yeah, and then like I'll just go out and just like take photos with my friends, um, and stuff like that. I was just having fun. I'm always into just like kind of making memories, just like with my camera and stuff like that. But yeah, and then me and my friend Curtis, the one who I skate with, we're trying to like build this business so we can like make some short films as well as commercials and music videos. So like that's like the main thing that we're trying to do right now. Because that's kind of like the goal for both of us, is to just like be able to do that. Like I'm
Well,
doing.
that's a good form of progression,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
I mean, I think you're naturally inclined to go that way. Any skateboarder is, right? Because skateboarding is all about progression.
mm,
And I mean that it becomes it goes the same way with that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, so it's been pretty interesting. But yeah, I'm just trying not to have to go like work a job, but it's working out so far, so good. And
Very cool.
yeah, so that's just kind of like the goal we're trying to aim towards. But in the meantime, yeah, I'm just basically just shooting events and doing real estate just to earn some money. And then but like this year's been pretty rough because I pretty much lost about 7 months of work, just like literally nothing.
Sure.
Just
Yeah, right.
and I mean that was good though, because like if that didn't happen, I probably wouldn't have started my TikTok account, because I was just like,
Oh, so you started it over during quarantine.
yeah, exactly. So as soon as that happened,
Wow.
as soon as I like we had it with Australia's had it pretty rough, because we had like a very harsh lockdown. Basically, we could only leave the house. I don't know what it's like in America, what the restrictions were like, but like around May, it was like you can only leave the house for go to the supermarket. And that's literally it. And if you do anything
Okay.
else, you're not allowed to. So basically, and I'm still living at home just with my mum, and my
Hmm.
girlfriend kind of lives with me. But so yeah, I'm just like sitting at home. I literally have nothing to do. Can't do any work. So and then yeah, and I had like heaps of replays already on Skate 3. I'm just like showed. Oh, and like I had already made it just like a kind of personal TikTok account, and I just like make like
Sure.
stupid videos with like my friends and stuff. And I got to like 4,000 followers or whatever on there. But then I just kind of stopped using it because I wanted to do the Skate 3 account. Yeah, and I just had all these replays on my Xbox. I'm just like, I'll just save them to my phone and post them. And I did it like, I think I posted like 9 kind of like over a couple days, and then just I didn't really know where it was going to go. it was like
Yeah.
I was listening to like what Tommy said, how he wanted to make like an archive for himself, but I was kind of the opposite because like my only intention for the account was for it to do well. Like I didn't really like,
Nice.
obviously it's fun and everything, but like I
Right.
really just
But
wanted.
you want to, you, that's the thing. That's the thing, right? Is like people say like, oh, you just care about views or whatever. And it's like, well, yeah, I care about my content
Yeah,
being seen. That's
yeah.
why I'm
A lot,
making it. I'm making videos to entertain people.
yeah. Like a lot of people will like they like, I don't know if they're being honest, but like I believe Tommy and everything, but I don't know. Like some people will say like, I never planned on, I never did this to, make, like make money or be successful or have as my job. But
Right.
like, yeah, no, I'll be honest. Like I did do it just so I could try and get videos that are seen a lot. Like I also really wanted to, like, I love just talking to people in the comments. I really wanted to be a part of the community. Like I've never been a part of, like, I'm kind of like in like the photography community and filmmaking community, so it's good to talk to people in there about stuff. But I've never had
Sure.
any association with games. Like even to like all my close friends, I'm the person that plays the games like the least, and everyone's like really invested into game stuff. They're playing every night. They're on Discord, but I'm never like playing. I'm never playing games with them. So it was a weird that I was like, it's me that did that. But yeah, like yeah, I'll be honest, it definitely was just to kind of, yeah, get into the community more. I really wanted to talk to people about Skate 3, and it's weird because I only just found out a few days ago that there's like a whole subreddit about it.
Okay.
Yeah, and so people are
There's a
putting,
subreddit for
yeah,
everything.
yeah,
It's insane.
literally, and like I've been on Reddit since like 5 years, but I never even thought about going onto some Skate 3 subreddit and seeing what people are doing on there. But yeah, that's where the people, and like people have like been putting my videos on there, and I've just been seeing it on like
Really?
YouTube and stuff. Yeah, like they're not claiming it's theirs, so I'm not fussed.
Sure.
But yeah, I mean, it's good to see that people are enjoying them. That's what I like kind of get out of it the most. I just like to see that people like the videos and they're like entertained and they're kind of inspired to like do something better or something like that.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's how I feel too. And I started my account with the same intention as you. I started on Instagram,
Okay.
and I was building it I was building up an Instagram following for like a year, but I only got to 1,000 followers.
Yeah.
But I felt like that was a decent amount on Instagram.
This
I mean,
takes so long on Instagram to get
for
yourself.
such a small game, you know what I
Oh,
mean, that I was
definitely.
playing.
Yeah.
It was like, and they were like really into my content, so that was cool.
Mm.
But then this guy Jordy,
Yeah.
he's on TikTok, right? And he had told me you gotta narrate videos on TikTok, and I was like, yeah, you know what? Right now I'm just making videos for Instagram, and I'm putting music to it.
Yeah.
Right, I was making these 1 minute videos, putting some music to it, and they were just turning out really good, really satisfying, and everything. But then I tried a narration video, and the first one went viral, and
Oh,
it's at
really?
like yeah, it's at 2.5 million views
What?
now. Yeah, it was so
What were you
weird, dude. It was
narrating
my
on it?
first. It was, you know what? I just winged it. I did like 2 takes,
Yeah.
and I just was saying, I'm going to show you guys how to get on the roof at Hollywood High, which is a
Ah,
skate
yeah.
spot,
I've seen a
right?
few of your
Yeah.
videos. I was watching some of your videos just like the past week, and yeah, I
Hmm.
saw a few when you're just like, how to get here, how to do this. They're awesome. I
Right.
love them.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's like I think it's another, how I was saying earlier, like I can just ramble in a video and people will listen, and it's like surprising, right?
Yeah.
And I think the same thing happens with those tutorials where it's like I'm going to show you how to do this or how to do that. Like
Mm.
people just go for it,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
Um so that happened, and then after that it was just like I was in the algorithm or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So so then all the videos started doing well. So how did you find success on there? Because you said you started during quarantine,
Yeah.
and I think a lot of people did. I've definitely seen uh, a handful of videos where people said, before this, they would never even think about going on TikTok,
Yeah.
not even to just watch other videos.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
then they got so bored at home, they were like, I'm just going to make one.
Yeah.
So how long after you started posting did you see
Yeah, so
the growth?
like when I was using just my personal Instagram TikTok account, I'd made a few just like there was one video I made on that account where I just knew for a fact it was gonna go viral. It was so easily done. So it was basically just this video of it's so weird, but like the audio was like it was like I don't know where it came from, but it was just kind of like screaming and people worried and stuff, and then people would it
Okay.
just sounded like something tragic was happening basically, and
Yeah.
then people would use that audio and they would just like film something that would be like they think that something's going to go wrong but nothing really happens, and then so I was kind of like looking into all the video from the audio, and then some people were just doing this video where it was like they it's so stupid, but they were just like they would film like kind of like the horizon or like the sun in the shot. They would film it, and then on just like the camera app, they would just like slowly put the exposure up, and then it looks like the sun's kind of exploding.
Oh,
And
okay.
it's so random, but like people were doing that, and they put the audio in it, and then they're just like kind of like making like a fake like scare video type thing as if like the sun exploded, which is so dumb. And anyway, I was just at the beach with my friends, so I did it and I posted it, and then straight away it got like over 2 million views, and like
What?
I knew it was gonna do well. It just had to because already people, and I completely copied it. Like I'll say, it's completely copied from just other people. I had just like my own version of it. Like I was at the beach and like my friends in it and stuff. But yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. So then that was before I had my Skate3 account, and then so when I made the Skate3 account, I just posted just some random videos. They weren't very good. I thought they were like pretty good at the time because they were just like some impressive tricks that took me a while to do. And then so like I already had confidence that just almost any TikTok account is going to do well, because unless you're just posting like literally like nothing, but
Right.
if you're putting effort into anything, and you know you put it on TikTok, it's going to get like guaranteed a few thousand views. And so and like I tell this to like my friends and people I know and stuff, like it's way easier than people expect to do well on TikTok. I think it's easier than they think. And then so when I was like, obviously compared to like Instagram or YouTube, it's so hard to actually get known on there or have a video do well
Right.
unless you're just lucky. But I think that also is a big thing, just kind of luck. Like you have to, just with the whole TikTok algorithm thing, you just got to kind of hope. But like you can have a good video, and that makes sense for it to go viral. But then also, I've got like videos that aren't really that good, and they'll still get like a few 100,000 views, and it's like whatever. I wasn't even going to post it anyway. But
Right, right.
yes,
Well, that's what happens, right? Is like you had a video, you were like, I know this is
yeah,
going to go
yeah,
viral. And that's really cool that it actually did,
yeah,
because I've had plenty of those moments where I think like, all right, this is it. This is gold.
mm.
And then, it
Yeah,
flops,
exactly,
right?
yeah,
And because there's just something, I don't know. I mean, whatever it actually is that makes things go viral,
yeah,
we just don't know what it is with certainty.
mm.
And um, but sometimes you do throw things out there
Yeah.
that are
It's
just
worth it
not
just
a big
yeah,
deal,
it's worth it
and
just for a
it
try.
works out well.
Yeah, it's not really worth like not doing, because you never know. And like I've done it like sometimes a few videos I'll do it and it's like maybe it just might do well, and then it either will or it won't at all. But I won't like go and delete it. I'd never go back and delete videos because they're bad or whatever. I've always been kind of against that. Just leave it up anyway. It's still content
Hmm.
after at the end of the day. So but yeah, so like um and then like within so I was just like I posted a few videos, and then I just kind of watched to see how they did, and they just like I think they got like a few thousand like overnight, each one of them. And
Hmm.
then it took 1 month to get to like 10,000 followers, which I was pretty impressed.
1 month from when you
Yeah,
started, you
yeah,
got to
yeah,
10,000
yeah,
followers.
10,000 1 month, and I was pretty impressed with that, just because it was a short time and it just kind of kept growing, and I kind of watched it pass like my personal account, and I was like, damn, like I was posting on there for like a few months, and that only got like 1,000 or whatever, and then yeah, I did a few videos, got I think over 1 million views, and then like the crazy one was, I'm not sure if you saw it, but it's just like this pipe, this pipe trick I did where on Skate 3 there's this big sewage pipe, and it's got these big square rings around it, which are just like a support frame for the pipe. and
Sure.
there's like a lot of them going throughout the pipe and then going around it. And so I ollied over one of these big support frame things. I ollied over the one, and then as soon as I landed, I got into a coffin, and then the coffin went under another one of them. And then after that, it's kind of hard to explain, but yeah.
I feel like I have
Yeah,
seen
yeah. And that one, I think that got like, it's on almost 5 million, and that kind of just blew up.
5 million.
Yeah, that one kind of
on Skate3. Oh,
yeah, and that
what?
one, so like literally overnight, it got to just over one. And then I was like, damn, like I knew it was creative, but I didn't think it'd do that. Like I knew it would get quite a few views, but
Yeah.
I didn't think it'd get like heaps because it was definitely creative. And when I was up there, I was like, damn, no one's like, I've never ever seen something like this before. So, and then I was also lucky because when I did it, it was like after the coffin, I did this backflip off of the pipe into a big like quarter, and the backflip that I did, it's like a side flip, but I'm going forwards. So it's not even a trick that you can really do. I was really lucky that it just happened, and
Yeah.
so like straight away people are like trying to attempt the whole trick I was doing. All the Skate3 accounts are trying to do it and stuff like that, which is really exciting to see. Like I loved people trying to. I love seeing people trying to do it. That like maybe really
You created a
yeah,
trend.
yeah, and I really love seeing that. And then, and so yeah, what I'm still like happy about is that no one's been able to do the same flip. Like they'll do the back flip out or front flip or any trick out, but it never is the same one. Yeah, and like eventually, a few accounts were like just like saving the video and re-uploading it like as their own and stuff, which is kind of annoying. Yeah, it's
Really?
kind of annoying, but like it's like it kind of sucks that they're like because even theirs got views, they'd get like tens of thousands of views, and then
What?
yeah, and then it's like it's kind of annoying, but it's also like I'm kind of grateful that people are enjoying it so much that they also want to like put it out there, even if they're like stealing it and saying it's their own. What can you do? It's gonna happen.
Yep. It is. It
Yeah,
is cool to have something be seen that
yeah,
much.
yeah.
And you know what happens when you have 5 million views?
Mm.
That's seen by so many people. I'll tell you. I'll give you a perspective on how many people have seen that.
Yeah,
When my video hit 2 million, my friend called me and said, I was just talking to one of my
yeah.
friends, somebody I don't
Oh yeah.
know. And he said, I was telling him about your video going viral. And he said, and I was describing it to him, and he said, oh, yeah, I've seen that. So somebody I don't know.
Yeah.
So that when you've crossed a certain threshold of views, it's been seen by people you're within just a couple connections
Yeah,
of.
literally, yeah. And like, yeah, like one thing that's similar to that happened with me, is like only my close friends kind of know about like my TikTok account. I don't make it public to like my personal life at all, really. Um,
Okay.
but I just have this friend from high school, and he'll just like send me things on Facebook Messenger sometimes, and then like I was like fairly close with him, like I've known him since we were young, and then he sent me one of Tommy's videos, and I was like, what? And I was like, damn, so like he's not into Skate3 at all. He's like kind of into gaming, but he's like, he lives like, 10 minutes from me. But even these people, they just go on TikTok, and then like Tommy's videos are gonna come up, or like, your videos might come up because they might be looking at like another phone game, or just hashtag skateboarding, or yeah, so like yeah,
Right.
so there's got to be times where like people they've seen your videos, but they don't even know it's you.
How insane is that?
Yeah.
What's interesting to me is that we both did. We both set out with an idea to make it happen, and I think a lot more people can grow an account. It just you can't half-ass any aspect of
Yeah,
it.
yeah, exactly.
And I mean, even down to your name, there was a reason behind it. There was
Yeah.
intentionality in there. And with me, I was on TikTok for 6 months just reposting my Instagram
Oh
videos,
yeah.
and it wasn't working.
Yeah, yeah.
All my videos were getting 200 views, 200 views.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until I tried something different, right? So up until that point when I decided to try something different, I was half-assing it,
Mm.
right? And so I think the lesson there is to actually try, right,
Yeah,
from
exactly.
every angle and experiment.
Yeah, like that's definitely something that people just maybe it comes down to laziness or just like not caring or not being as passionate as they really are. But yeah, people
True.
just kind of overlook it. They're like, they 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 would love to have a kind of successful account and stuff, but they're also not willing to put the time in to actually do it. But like, if you do have that, which I had just because, I literally had nothing to do in quarantine. I have like,
Mm-hmm.
it's just me. I'm living with my mum. I don't have any like, bills to pay. I'm just sitting at home doing literally whatever I want. So
Yeah, you had an opportunity.
yeah. So it's like, all right, I'll just try this. And so I just put like, I've literally played it every single day. That's also one thing, like, um, I'm surprised I still haven't gotten bored of the game because, like, my friends are like, how are you still playing that game? Like they're wondering like, why do you still play it? How do you still have fun with it? Stuff like that. But I've that and like I've been like I've always been into the GTA franchise. Those games I literally have never ever gotten bored of them. I can still play them for like a whole day and just like I'm fine. Like there's there's something about like open world games where just the freedom you have just is so entertaining that you end up playing for so long. But yeah, I just never really got bored of it. Like I would still play Skate 3 just for fun. I was playing it like last night and stuff, just seeing just literally just like not doing anything serious, just like riding around and stuff, and that's still fun to me, like just doing whatever. I think it's also just because it's like skateboarding, and I'm so into the actual tricks and stuff. I love doing realistic stuff on the game. I do that.
Sure.
I've tried to like post videos of it, but just like some people even like have commented asking me to, and like I've done it, and like usually they're just like, oh, that's not realistic. That's not realistic. Oh, like you're playing on easy mode, even though I always
Yeah,
play on
people
hardcore
always
if I'm ever doing.
there's a lot of
Yeah,
critics out
yeah.
there, man, and it's always these ridiculous complaints.
Oh yeah,
You're on easy
yeah.
mode.
Nah,
You're not playing realistic. Get out of here. Who cares?
yeah.
Like
It's
I just
funny.
that's what I've found from doing this podcast is that we all experience the same things. We're all living the same life where we're all getting the same comments. Tommy said to me, he said, I get those comments all the time. You should play realistic. He's like, if I wanted to be realistic, I would go get on a
Yeah,
real
I listened
skateboard.
to that part. Yeah, exactly. It's true. But like
Yeah.
people, yeah,
Um,
because it just comes up on people's For You page, so they're straight like they
right.
didn't really ask for it, so they're just gonna judge it.
Right. And it's like I'd be happy to do realistic tricks if I thought people would care, but I don't think the masses are going to
God,
care because
yeah,
that's not what a video game
yeah,
is, right?
definitely.
The idea of a video game is that it's this fantasy
Yeah,
world where you can just do these extreme
yeah,
things. I mean, Grand Theft Auto, Call of Duty, none of that's realistic. None of that,
yeah,
it's all just a fantasy
yeah,
world.
and that's why I think that that's why I think Skater XL didn't really take off much on social media, just because it's so realistic and people are blown away
Yep.
by any videos people are posting of it. Like it's cool to like you know do a really nice line, or like I've seen a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people are recreating like famous lines that these pro skaters are doing, and it looks really cool and stuff. But there's just no like wow factor that it's like you're flying off a building or something.
Yep, the core community of Skater XL loves it, and they make these videos. It's like watching professional
Yeah,
skateboarders,
exactly.
right? Because they'll do realistic
Yeah,
tricks and they'll film it. They'll put all this effort into filming it and editing the
yeah.
video, and it's almost like it could replace real
Oh
world
yeah,
skateboarding.
definitely.
You know what I
Some
mean?
of them look
In
pretty
terms of how they
real.
make these videos, but like you're saying, because it's so realistic, it can't reach the
Yeah,
masses,
yeah.
like because it becomes too technical.
Mm.
And that's what Tommy was telling me, was that he tries not to get too technical in his
Yeah,
videos because he knows that if he did, people wouldn't
yeah,
watch it.
yeah. That's
But
true.
when he's flying over a building and riding on the side of a building, people want to see
Yeah,
that,
they
right? It
definitely do.
catches your eye.
Yeah, yeah, no, 100%.
And you know what I'll warn you of too is as you move from one game to a next, like between Skate 3 and Skater XL, the controls are so
Yeah,
different that it becomes hard to go
yeah,
backwards,
yeah. Oh,
right? Like it's
yeah. That
hard
was
to switch from Skater XL to
yeah,
Skate 3. I just tried it the other day and it didn't go over
yeah. No,
well.
that was one thing that me and my friend Curtis realized. Like we were kind of like we were really into Skate3 when it came out. We're like, oh, awesome, new skate game. We got to give this a try. And then I was switching between the two every day, just having fun and stuff, playing both games. And then at the start, it was definitely weird. I've realized now to just like it kind of immediately just adapt to the other game. But at the start, like when my friend Curtis was playing it, he'd play Skate3, and then like he'd come over to my house, and play Skate 3, and it's like he's like learning how to play it again. Like he couldn't do a normal trick anymore because
Exactly. That's what
you're so used
happens.
to the other controls. And like what Tommy said, he's very right about. A lot of people say like, oh, the controls just make sense. Like if you know how to skate in real life, you know how to play the game. But I still don't think it's true, because like how he said, like people still struggle, and it just because it's a new game with all these new
Yep.
controls, it's going to be hard like to pick up. You can't just suddenly know how to just like straight away go do a line or something like that. It's hard. Like it definitely takes
Absolutely.
practice.
And a lot of the people that play the skateboarding games don't necessarily skateboard,
Oh yeah,
right? And
yeah,
Skater XL is built where the controls are based on.
yeah,
It almost the way you have to flick the
yeah,
controls almost represents how you would do it in real
yeah,
life.
exactly.
Um, but I've seen people posting on social media who are really good skateboarders, and they're like, Skater XL is hard. Like I can't figure out these
Yeah.
tricks, and I'm like, that's really weird to me. You know what I
Mm.
mean? That you should know how to do them already because you can do them in real
Yeah,
life.
yeah,
You would think you understand the physics of the
yeah,
game, but that's the thing. People, the physics of the game plays a big role in this stuff, and I never got like too into that, but I have heard people say, especially with something like True Skate, they appreciate how the physics of it are
yeah.
so close to real life skateboarding.
Mm. Yeah. Did you used to play like touch grind ever?
I have, I
Yeah.
have, I haven't got into it, but I have played it.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I remember like I used to have like an old MacBook in high school, and you could get touch grind on the App Store, but you're playing on a laptop, which was like crazy because you're using the trackpad. So
Okay.
you're literally, it's like touch grind's like, it's like the directly bird's eye view type gameplay, and so you only
Sure.
look down at the board, and then it'd be like on the phone, but it'd be like this huge screen. And yeah, I used to love doing that because it's like a fingerboard, which is
Yeah,
just like
and it
True
almost
Skate.
feels like that would be
Yeah,
easier.
just like True Skate, but it was like, yeah, something about the trackpad was really weird. And like I remember, because I've always been like into like computers and stuff like that, and just like I figured out in the game how to you could get into like the game files when you're not like, technically you're not like supposed to be able to access all the stuff because no one ever would, but you could get into
Sure.
like the game files, and I figured out how to like change the graphic, but it'd be like get a photo, put into like Photoshop, put it into like this texture map file, export it, and then like replace the file within the game. And then that was in like probably
Oh,
2013 or something. And you could change the textures of the game and stuff, and it was like crazy because I put my own skateboard in the game. But yeah, like I
wow.
love doing that. And then like I played True Skate a lot. Like always, if I was like not at home, I'd always play True Skate, and I had friends that played True Skate heaps, just on the phones at school and stuff like that. Like we were really into that. Like it's honestly nostalgic seeing videos from like the just that main map. I don't know what
Yep.
it's called, but I see that, and it's like, damn, I remember this, sitting in class or whatever, just on this map for ages.
Well, that's the thing, is it really represents
Yeah,
fingerboarding, and a lot of kids get into
yeah,
fingerboarding.
yeah.
That was my whole following on
Oh,
Instagram, was just
oh,
fingerboarders.
like
That's
actual
why it was. That's
fingerboarding.
why my following was so small, and why it took so long was because I was just reaching fingerboarders.
Really?
Because there's just something. Yeah, there's just something. There's people out there who are actually like into
Yeah,
fingerboarding,
yeah.
right? Like that's
No,
like what they
yeah,
do.
yeah.
And so then these app games, like for your phone, are so similar to that they're interested in the
Mm.
games.
Yeah, yeah.
So.
Yeah, like yeah, it's one thing I always forget about. Like during high school, I was actually really, really into fingerboarding because I just have it in my pocket all the time, and I
Mm-hmm.
would buy like they were cheap ones, but actual fingerboards are really expensive, like $200, as much as like a real skateboard, because they're made of like um, like maple wood with like 3-ply or whatever with wheels with bearings and stuff like that, like handmade and stuff.
Yep, there's a
Yeah,
whole fingerboard
yeah, and
industry out there. You would never
yeah,
know. You would just think it's tech
yeah,
deck,
yeah, literally,
and it's
yeah.
not.
Tech decks are good now because like I throughout high school I got these wooden like factory made like professional I guess fingerboards that were wooden with bearings and the foam grip tape, and like I loved it. I got like really really into it, and like still now like I could probably like do a few pretty good tricks with it, but like I got really into that, and like people at school like they kind of knew me for that. A lot of people made fun of me, but I love doing it, so I didn't really care. But now the tech decks, they're really good, and I only buy tech decks now whenever I'm like fingerboarding just on my desk. I use tech decks because they've improved the concave and the shape, and they're like pretty much perfect now. But yeah, like I always
Nice.
considered making an Instagram and stuff for it because they were doing well, and like people would be like sponsored by companies and stuff just from fingerboards and stuff like that. Like I've always been really
That's
yeah, I've always
crazy.
been really into it, but I've just never really like kind of I just do it like just for fun. I'll put in the past I've just put like some little fingerboard videos on like my Instagram a story, but
Sure.
yeah, like it's honestly a hard thing to pick up. Like it took a people were like, how the hell can you do that trick? Like, how do you do a tray flip on a fingerboard? It's like, but it honestly took like 3 years to actually figure out how tricks work on that thing. Like it's so strange.
Right. That's why I never got into fingerboarding because as a kid, I had the tech decks and they probably weren't as good back then as they are today.
Yeah,
And I didn't have the patience to figure out like how to do these tricks
yeah.
on the fingerboard. It's crazy that people can get sponsored for it. Do you think there's an opportunity for skateboard gamers to get sponsored?
Oh yeah, I'm not sure. I never really thought about that. It's like, who would the spon? Yeah, who would the?
I know that's the
It would
question,
be
right?
well, like I guess if you think about YouTubers like, do you know Zexy Zek?
I
Yeah,
do.
so like I guess he kind of gets sponsors, but they're just like random sponsors, Dollar Shave Club or whatever. But yeah, is that the
Right.
same thing? Maybe you could.
That's interesting. No Dollar
Yeah,
Shave
yeah,
Club. I
or
mean, that
like I don't
counts.
actually know. I'm just speaking for like majority
Yeah.
of YouTubers are always
Yeah, they're all sponsored by Dollar
yeah,
Shave
yeah,
Club.
or like what else is there? Like Squarespace or like
Oh,
a lot
right.
of gamers they'll be sponsored by G Fuel, which would be a good sponsor, I think, because it's directed towards gamers, and the audience is that's a good product to aim towards gamers because it's a product they would want.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, but like there's got to be people that can do, and like obviously people that playing games on Twitch, they'd have sponsorships. I don't know what they'd even,
Well, that's
yeah, I don't
true.
know what they would be, but they've got to be getting sponsorships for some things, I assume, unless it's just all their income is just coming from the subs and stuff like that.
I'm excited to get to 100,000 followers because then TikTok has this creator
Yeah.
marketplace where you can link up with brands.
Oh, is that
I
how?
think that would be interesting to sort of bring brands into it. I did a sponsored post a week or two ago, and it's nearing 100,000 views now.
Mm.
So that did pretty
Yeah,
well.
yeah,
But that was my first sponsored post, and I think I think it's possible to weave it into the gameplay. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
And the narration.
yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. If it's like a little ad, definitely, or like even if it was just like at the end of the video, you just had like a little screen having something like that, but like
True.
yeah, I remember it was really weird. I did like one little sponsored thing on my Skate3 account. It was basically this SoundCloud rapper. He was like reaching out to a bunch of other Skate3 accounts, and he was just like, he's like, "Can you use my song?" I've gotten it like one other time, but
Okay.
that
Nice.
person just like they're just like they didn't want to give any money, and this guy,
Oh,
yeah, yeah,
right,
they're just
right.
like just do it, it's like I'm not just gonna do it, like for what? What am I gonna get out of it? So yeah, there's some other guy. He's just like, I'll give you like $15, and I was like, oh yeah, sure, whatever, I'll just do it. It was like, and yeah,
Yeah, I'll do it for 15
yeah, and then
bucks.
and then it was like it was like he sent it to me like 15 like USD, and I was like, oh yes, that's not Australian, so I got like $25. Yeah,
Nice,
and I was like,
nice.
yeah, I mean that's kind of cool. At least I can, because one thing, Australia doesn't have the creator fund at all. It doesn't
Okay.
even exist here yet. Um, no Australian TikToker can get the creator fund. So
That
yeah.
sucks.
So like, I mean, there's plenty of TikTokers in Australia with millions of followers, but yeah,
Yeah. But they're not paying that much. They're only
yeah,
paying like 3 cents per thousand
yeah,
views.
yeah.
But
Even so, it's just like I want.
if you can get some viral views, you can make
Yeah, definitely.
like your 5 million views. You probably would have made like a few
Yeah,
$100
yeah,
off
and like
that video.
that's if you got millions of followers, that's probably going to happen fairly often. So yeah,
Right,
it's
right.
good change, just like spare change to get. But yeah, maybe one day it'll become a thing. But I was waiting for it, and then just did a Google search, just like not in Australia yet. So
Well, hopefully
yeah, that's
soon,
all right.
man. That would be super
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Yeah. Man, it's just been good talking to you, Skate3
Yeah, no,
Replays.
good. Yeah,
I've
it was
really
good.
enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think we said some pretty insightful things. I definitely learned a few things from you, at least. That's good.
Yeah, and people are definitely enjoying the podcast episode so
Yeah,
far,
yeah.
and I think this is a top one, man. This has been good.
Cool.
I'll definitely bring you back on. Is there anybody that you think you'd like to see on here?
I'm not sure. I haven't gone through the people that you have had, but yeah,
Okay.
I should have thought about this. There's definitely got to be people that I'm following that I could recommend to you, because
That would be great.
yeah. I'll definitely let you know if there's someone, because I just can't name them top of my head, but yeah, I think the whole podcast.
That's my goal here, is to just bring people on and put them on the
Oh no,
spot and
definitely,
have them
yeah.
answer who
Or
should come on.
yeah. No, but like I love the podcast idea, because like even like I've spoken to Tommy and stuff in the past, but hearing what he has to say about the whole community and TikTok and everything, that's super interesting to me, because
Totally.
I was just like, I listened to the whole thing just like while playing Skate 3, and it's like I love listening to it, and I'm sure a lot of people are really gonna like knowing some things that they don't get. They don't get the type of information from just watching their videos on TikTok. So I think you have like a lot of there's a lot you can do with it, because people are going to be really entertained with just people's like personal lives, stuff like that. At least that's how it is. That's how it is with me. Like I want to know, like all the people I follow, I want to know like what you don't see, stuff like that. You know what I mean?
People want to learn information more than they think.
Yeah. But like it's
so I appreciate that, man. And I think people want to learn more than they realize. It's just about, again, what interests them. You know what I mean? Having something that interests you makes it so much easier.
But there's this also so much more to them just like their online appearance or whatever. So there's so much you can still learn from that, which is something that people should, or people, I think a lot of people are going to be interested in. So yeah.
Absolutely,
cool.
Man. Very cool having you.
Yeah,
on,
thanks
man.
for having me. It's been good.
Yeah, thank you for joining, man. And everybody listening, thank you for listening. Together, this will become the #1 podcast in gaming. This is Golden Thumbs Gaming.